Hey there, Doctor Who fans. This is Wesatron. Today we're going to be taking a look at The Other Doctor. This is from the Doctor Who line by Underground Toys, and it is in roughly the 5-inch scale. This series has sort of moved into a 375 scale, like a G.I. Joe or previous G.I. Joes, because the modern scale is 4 inches. I believe they're 375 and not 4 inches. But the classic characters and certain characters, apparently, they're still going to be making in 5 inches. I'm still not 100% sure what the deal is with that. I don't have a ton of Doctor Who toys, but I do have a few. I like to get one of all the Doctors, as long as they're in the same scale. I don't need a 4-inch Doctor now that I've got, 10 or 15 other figures. But, yeah, I recently saw this, and I had him on pre-order as soon as he popped up, just because I love the design and everything. But I recently saw the flick, and I liked it. I would have liked to see more John Hurt in it, but still, anyway. Cool packaging. The reason I'm showing it off is because it is very different from what Underground Toys or Character Options or whatever has been doing lately. It is a kind of ovular box. I guess it's, I don't know, it's weird, but you can see clear through there. You can see all the accessories and everything. It's sort of like the style of the individually packed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that NECA did a few years ago when they started taking the bases out and everything, just doing the basic figures like the canisters. I forget what they call them, but they had a name for it. There's a little bio back here that talks a little bit about the Other Doctor and everything. Yeah, not much to it. Lots of stuff. The European safety symbol or approved symbol, whatever. But yeah, just wanted to show off the box just because it is a little different from what you've seen, so you don't go, looking for a bubble-in card or a clamshell, because they've been changing it a lot in the past couple of years. So yeah, let's go ahead and break this guy out and see what he's like. So here's the Other Doctor out of packaging. I guess we can call him the Other Doctor as opposed to, like what would he be, 7.5 maybe? Is that what he is? McGann was 8, right? So I guess that's 7.5. Yeah. Figure's really cool. I dig it. If you are familiar with the Doctor Who line, you know exactly what to expect in terms of articulation and everything. It's always a little different from every figure, but he's got most of the main points. We've got a swivel head like most of the figures we've seen. It's a little hindered by the coat and the little ascot, the scarf thing here. You can take the scarf off if you remove the head. It's up to you, but I'm pretty sure he wore it throughout the whole of the movie. Got swivel hinge shoulders, go all the way around and then out about that far. Very nice. Swivels in the biceps. Hinged elbows get you right at 90 degrees. Very cool. Swivels in the wrists. A little blocked by the coat, but surely you're not going to like put it all the way upside down like that. Unless he's going to be riding a motorcycle in your display, which would be pretty awesome because he was pretty rad. Swivel in the waist, swivel hinge hips. They only go forward about that far. There is a butt pack to block them from going back too far, which is unfortunate. But they do hinge outwards, and they can go as far as the coat will let you. This coat is pretty thin overall. It seems to pick up a little mass in the back, which is odd. So, but if you can kind of get it out of the way, you do get some pretty nice spread on there. No swivels in the thighs, unfortunately, so that makes some of his stances a little hard to pull off, but being that he's a pretty old guy, you're probably not going to have him in too many action stances. Hinge knees get you 90 degrees, and then you have a swivel in the boot tops. Nothing else at the, I guess these aren't exactly boots, but whatever those are tops. I'm not sure what you call those. Stirrups, maybe? But yeah, the shoes don't have anything at all down there. So, not super articulated by any means, but not bad for a 5-inch figure. Like I said, it's kind of what you've come to expect at this point. So, yeah, that's pretty much it as far as that goes. Let's go ahead and zoom in and look at some of these details and accessories. So here we have a close-up on the Hurt head. Pretty good likeness. I'd say, like, dead on. It might be a little hard because there's a lot of, it's pretty thick paint on here, so it may be a little difficult, but, in certain light and stuff, you can get more of Hurt. You want to call him John Glover. John Hurt, but from the side, you can definitely, especially like that angle there, very, very, very John Hurt. You see, the more I cover up the light, you can see there are some nice sculpted details in there. They're just kind of blasted with light here. The hair is very nicely done. They give him a very like cool modern hairstyle, which at first looked kind of funny on John Hurt, but he wore it very well. I thought it was very cool. Very nice sculpting on the hair, and then a nice wash to bring it all out. The jacket, you'll notice, looks very beat up, very dingy, just like it did in the movie. Very, very cool. I really like it. I guess it's technically a special, but Yeah, very awesome. We've got a nice little wash down here on the boots as well. They're not just cast brown plastic. They actually did some washes on there, and they did make them a different color than the shoes, which also have tiny silver buckles, which is very cool. Not a lot of nice detail packed into this figure, which is great because I guess he is going to be one of the last 5-inch figures, aside from classic figures. On the McGann head, I can't really do spoilers because I haven't seen this transformation here. I think that was in one of the shorts later, but it looks like Paul McGann. I mean, there's nothing else I can say about that. It's like dead on. This is more of his kind of look from Luther if you wanted to make a custom, whatever that guy's name was. Tony, maybe? I don't know. If you want to make that figure, you could probably make it out of this, but very, very nicely done. Again, the hair looks outstanding. Seems to be a little gloss that rubbed off on his temple. But yeah, very, very nicely done. They did a great job there. The head swapped very easily. You just give a little tug on the top. You hear a little pop. And then, as I said, you can remove this scarf if you want to, but I'm, of course, leaving it on. And then McGann's head just pops right down in like that. He does look a little bit stubby because the shoulders are very high and the body is a lot shorter because John Hurt's he's an old man. So it looks a little strange, but I don't know too many people who would probably want to have McGann's head on this body over Hurt's anyway, because he is dynamite. And then got his sonic screwdriver here. Very, very soft plastic this. Like, just a little bit of pressure there can bend this thing. Yeah, very nicely detailed for being as small as it is. I mean, this thing is absolutely tiny. I don't even have anything I can compare it with. It's so small. But it's got a little bit of paint detail. It's, of course, silver on the handle, and then the butt of it is a red color. And no other paint apps on it, but fits very nicely into his right hand. So, very cool. It did take me a second to realize which end was actually the correct end to display it with, because I didn't pay attention that much, I guess, during the flick, but very cool. And then also we have the Moment, which is very cool. They did a very nice job replicating this. You can see all this wonderful paintwork, deep cut lines to really sell the look of it. I mean, this thing is outstanding. For something that you don't really get a whole lot of really great looks at in the show, it was kind of like a little bit at the beginning, and then that's really it. You actually get quite a bit here, so that's very, very cool. I dig it. I don't think it actually opens or anything. This looks like a different panel here, but I don't think that actually means that anything, yeah, nothing I don't think comes out of it. But yeah, outstanding looking piece. I really, really dig this. They did a great job with both the paint and sculpt on it. It's outstanding. Now, I did have this guy on pre-order from BBTS, and he cost $25. For that $25, you get the very nice figure, you get the sonic screwdriver, you get the Moment device, and you get the extra McGann head over here as well. For $20, you're getting figures like Luke Skywalker here and Tyrion Lannister here, which are varying degrees of kind of accessory count, size, paint quality, things like that. $25, it's a high price for a 5-inch figure, but there's also, you kind of don't necessarily have a guarantee that this is ever going to show up at like FYE or anything. I mean, they're importing some stuff, but I don't think they're importing everything. I don't know. I mean, it is technically an imported figure because it comes from Britain, so you just don't know what you're going to end up paying for it. You may be able to eventually find this at FYE for $15. If that's the case, go ahead and grab it. It's a really cool action figure. At $25, I'm definitely going to grab it just because he's one of the doctors, and he's one of the doctors from my generation, which works out really well. I would say he's worth the $25 for me. Of course, like I said, I'm going to be a little biased because he's from my generation and everything. Like, I wouldn't necessarily just pick up any of the doctors over the years, especially ones from like the 70s, and be like, oh, hey, I'm going to get this guy for $25. It's just, you know, it's going to depend on what you think value-wise. But he does come with a decent amount of accessories. I've tried to keep this pretty spoiler-free, but the Moment is a pretty awesome accessory to include. Even though it doesn't have like any extra bits or anything, it's pretty cool to actually see how much work went into it. Now, that being said, as far as the $25 goes, this is another figure that you pay roughly $25 for. This is the Marvel Select Wolverine. He came with an extra head, extra hands, sword, all kinds of stuff, and he is just a big 7-inch figure. I mean, he's a big old heaping hunk of plastic. So like I said, it's really going to be up to you in terms of your personal value for this character. But he is a very good toy. I really dig him. I like him a lot. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to say else about it. There's one more character from the movie that I really hope they get to, or I guess it's a special, which I can't really say for spoiler reasons, but yeah, check out the movie if you get the chance. It is available on websites, so you should check it out. Or you should totally buy it from something legitimately, like Amazon or something. Wink. So that's it for this review, guys. If you have any questions or comments about this figure, anything you'd like to know, anything I may have skipped over, please let me know in the comments below. I'll be glad to help you out in whatever way I can. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and I will talk to you later, guys.